A very good afternoon to you all. Your Excellency, the Governor of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintri, CON, who is very well ably represented by our esteemed Professor Forota, the Deputy Governor of Adamawa State. Your Excellency, thank you very much for welcoming us. The SSG Adamawa State, my brother, Right Honorable Awal Tuko, the Chief of Staff, Dr. Edgar Amos, Head of Service, Isa Shehu Ado, the National Project Coordinator of AgriSal, my brother, Aliyu Sabi Omar, the tax team leader, and of course, when you say the tax team leader, you are talking about an Amazon. And I think it might interest you all to know that in the last National Steering Committee we had, all the governors have to say, hey, Dr. Joy, if you want to see her smile, do the right thing. If you want to see her smile, meet your target. If you want to see her smile, just get the project right. And you know, for all the governors present, to all acknowledge that shows you that Dr. Joy is truly doing some very wonderful job in terms of the task she's leading. And then the co-tax team leader also, my friend, thank you very much. And of course, the various state project coordinators from across the 36 states and the FCT. And most importantly, those who made it possible for us to even be here in the first instance, the beneficiaries of the AgriSal project. Please, can you give them a round of applause? When you have market and nobody is buying it, you know what it means. You go back home empty. So we thank you most sincerely. It is for your sake that all these esteemed members of the high table that have been so mentioned are mentioned. Without you, they won't be mentioned. So we thank you once again. Having established this protocol, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, farmers, and fellow citizens, to say that it's a privilege and honor to address you today on a vital issue that impacts us all, which is what AgriSal is doing in terms of regenerative agriculture and water conservation. It is no exaggeration to say that agriculture serves as the foundation of our economy. It is indeed the mainstay of the Nigerian economy. And we bear the responsibility of ensuring its practice is not only sustainable, but environmentally sound. Regenerative agriculture presents a compelling solution to the pressing challenges of maintaining healthy soils, conserving water, and fostering sustainable food production. Across Nigeria, particularly in the semi-arid regions of northern Nigeria, we encounter significant challenges such as land degradation, desertification, and water scarcity. These issues have dire implications for the livelihood of millions of our citizens, including farmers, herders, and rural communities. Indeed, the incidence of farmer-herder conflict is actually a direct output of all of these things. The AgriSal project funded by the World Bank aims to tackle these challenges by promoting regenerative agriculture and water conservation practices across 19 northern states and the FCT. Regenerative agriculture transcends mere practice. It is indeed a philosophy that involves collaborating with nature to cultivate a more resilient and flourishing ecosystem. This approach enhances soil health by improving the soil structure, increasing organic matter, that is the soil organic matter, and fostering biological activity that results in healthier soils, which directly supports diverse, and resilient ecosystem organisms. Furthermore, regenerative agriculture aids in water conservation. Soils that have been degenerated or regenerated exhibit higher infiltration rates, which diminishes runoff and allows for greater water retention, making it accessible for crops where necessary. Additionally, it fosters biodiversity by creating habitat for beneficial insects, pollinators, and microorganisms, all of which are crucial for ecosystem vitality. Your Excellency, it might also interest you to note that regenerative agriculture has the potential to sequester carbon, thereby reducing greenhouse gas emissions and contributing to climate change mitigation strategy. Another important activity that we are gathered here today in this hall is the disbursement of Community Revolving Fund, which is a testament to our commitment to fostering local initiatives that protect our environment while simultaneously uplifting the livelihood of our communities. This fund is designed to support projects that prioritize sustainability with activities that cut across agricultural value chain, also initiatives that drive waste reduction and biodiversity protection, among others. Each dollar or naira disbursed from this fund shall represent a commitment to our environment as well as a belief in the power of co-creation by our communities as they work together to create lasting change. Today, as we disburse these funds, we are not just providing financial assistance, we are investing in the hopes and dreams of our communities. And you will agree with me, like the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, always say, hope is here, and we have to work together to bring this hope to our people, irrespective of our differences. We are supporting jobs, providing food security, fostering innovation, building resilience against the effects of climate change. We know that when communities are empowered to take action, they can enact meaningful change that benefits not only their local ecosystems, but also contribute to the broader national and global goals of sustainability. On the other hand, in order to achieve food security, AgriSal is collaborating with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to implement the Nigerian National Farmer Soil Health Scheme, which has recently been introduced into our agricultural framework. This initiative, introduced by our ministry through the Agricultural Land and Climate Change Services Department, aims to tackle the issue of indiscriminate fertilizer application, which also results into waste of very valued resource. Promote tailored fertilizer recommendations based on specific crops and locations, because we all know every area has its own type of mineral elements and deficiencies. This project will help us to reduce green gas emissions and encourage regenerative agricultural practices. We are almost at the last one, and it's hopeful that in no distant time, very soon, this project will be unveiled to Nigerians for implementation across all the country. The program is technology-driven and seeks to transform Nigeria's agricultural sector. Its primary objectives include enhancing soil health, increasing crop yields, maximizing profits by our farmers, creating employment opportunities for youth, and improving the livelihood of rural communities, just like the other programs of AgriSal is designed to do. Since the program's inception in August 2024, we have carried out sensitization and validation workshop for the Farmers Soil Health Scheme, and we have done this for both northern and southern Nigeria. Additionally, modern soil testing equipment have been supplied to 11 states to facilitate farmers' access at the grassroots level. Efforts are ongoing to extend this initiative to all the states and the 774 local government areas across the Federation. Our intention here is farmers we have a profile of their soil. Where you know the importance of it is if you remember, or as you all know, in our local communities, when people are sick, they will tell you, Nigel testing. They've gone to the lab, isn't it? And in some instances, they will tell you they've gone for scanning. I don't know if you understand what scanning is when you hear it from the local people. That is scanning, isn't it? But you know when they tell you Nigel scanning, you know what they are saying. They've gone for scanning. And for those of us who are politicians, in many instances, we receive some of these scan, results in our phones as a testament that, look, I need support and I need help. Am I relating to Honorable Tuku? Yeah, member house. You understand the story? So, this is what we intend to do for farmers. Let farmers know the status of their soil. Is it having the right nutrient? If it is not having, what type of nutrient? Must you just carry any fertilizer and just go and be spraying? No. Within the confines of regenerative agriculture, we are introducing what we call specificity. In essence, something specific, exactly what you are. I'm sure those of us wearing cap, if I remove my cap, some people's head will not carry it. It will just stay on top. Why some? It will swallow it. Is that not? So everybody, there is specific for everybody. And I think our soil too are not left out. And that is why we consider this project very, very important. These initiatives reflect AgriSAL's dedication to fostering regenerative agriculture and water conservation in northern Nigeria, ultimately enhancing the livelihood of millions, ensuring food security, and promoting environmental sustainability. As we progress, it is crucial to build upon our achievements by expanding successful initiatives and investigating innovative solutions to tackle the initial challenges in the northern region. We must offer training resources and incentives to encourage farmers to implement regenerative practice and adopt efficient irrigation system. This community revolving fund is definitely a game changer, and I want to congratulate Adamawa State for initiating its own launch today. Ongoing investment in research and development of new technologies and methodologies that promote regenerative agriculture and water conservation is imperative. Additionally, we should advocate for policies that foster regenerative agriculture, water conservation, and sustainable food production. Here, it is of interest for us to look at the waste that we send into our environment. This non-degradable waste that we send, leather and all the other things. I think it's high time for us to look at that in our various communities and begin to have the cleanup. Ultimately, regenerative agriculture and water conservation are value elements of a sustainable food system, and by collaborating, we hope to do that. Lastly, Your Excellency, before I take my seat, it will be very apt if I tell the story of what happened yesterday in Abuja. Yesterday, to the glory of God, we were able to sign the Green Imperative Project agreement with FGV of Brazil. This project is designed to transform our food system, and it will complement the effort of AgriSAL as I've seen it. This project is going to target the 774 local governments, where each local government will be looked at from its competitive and comparative advantage. So for local governments in Adamawa State, for example, that are good in livestock will be their focus. For those that are good in yam, like in the southern part, I know definitely that will be their main, and those ones that have grains, soybeans, cotton, all the others, all of it are in the mill. Now, the idea behind this GIP is to ensure that we bring in a high yield productivity to our farmers, because it is with high yield that farmers can benefit from their efforts. That is one. Two, to reduce the cost of production. Our farmers sometimes waste too much money per hectare, and at the end of the day, they are not able to make anything commensurate. The idea here is to introduce technology that will enable them to produce at cheaper prices, therefore making food available to our citizens in a price they can afford. And then lastly, but not the least, to also ensure that the food that we'll be producing will be in the right nutritional content. Sometimes people just eat food just to fill the stomach, but it's not nutritious. And we believe it's the right of every citizen to have a nutritious food. And I will leave you with this statement, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR, will always tell us, my dream, my vision for Nigeria is to have a nation where no one goes to bed hungry. And I think with these steps, with all the programs we are doing, we are definitely on the path of leading Nigeria to that destination where no one will go to bed hungry. Thank you, and God